in professional sports, football waiting on free agency, as well as spring training started with baseball. We have the WBC that kind of played out over the last week or so. But yeah, basketball and hockey, both of the Philadelphia teams have played pretty subpar. So we decided to take a little break, kind of get ready for the upcoming year. And today is actually a very special day. This
Yeah.
is our 1 year anniversary. So we had an idea that was given to us by my wife. Um, and we decided, all right, let's try it. So we are 1 year in. I don't know how well we're doing. I feel we're going through the motions, but I
Yeah.
think we're getting better and better as we continue to, move forward, and we can only learn from our experiences that we've had. So thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate the support. We have some surprises hopefully later this year as we get into year two that I'm looking forward to. So stay tuned, and yeah, don't hesitate to reach out if you have any inquiries, questions, comments, any ideas that you want us to do.
Yeah.
We're always open for it. So yeah, let's get into it. NFL free agency. So contrary to baseball free agency, this one's fast and furious. We'll just put it that way. A lot of the signings, or I guess the agreements, are done prior to the actual free agency opening up with the I guess you'd say the legal tampering
It's like a
day.
negotiation window that they have now. The
Right.
day before free agency starts, the agent can talk to 5 teams or something, 3 or 5 teams, so they can actually kind of have a deal already agreed upon before free agency kicks off, so
Yeah. So you'll see a lot of those announcements the day before free agency actually opens. So we kind of have an idea of where people are going to go, or where they are forecasted to land. Contrary to baseball, baseball, they like to give us like months at a time to kind of cover every signing, every trade, just because of how it's just drawn out. So it's kind of funny how the two sports are completely different when it
yeah.
comes to free agent signings. So just covering most of the Eagles news. I guess the biggest loss was, I guess, Jalen Phillips at this point. Um, I wanted them to at least make an attempt to bring him back,
Yeah.
but certainly not for the price he got. I
No, he
think
got
the
paid way too
the the
much.
Panthers signed him for 4 years, 120 million. Way too much for what I think that the Eagles wanted to afford for that position. I mean, that's almost, it's not Crosby money, but it's up there,
I mean, yeah,
$30 million
he's
dollars a year. So,
he's the highest paid free agent this year, in the offseason. Um, we'll get the compensatory pick next year,
yeah,
similar
as
to
long as
how
they
we
don't
had a
sign
bunch.
somebody. Yeah.
We traded a third to have him for half the year, and then we'll get a
Mhm.
third next year for him.
Yeah, in all honesty, like, when he first came on, I think the first few games, he actually had an immediate impact, which was nice to see. One of the gripes with him throughout his career is just staying healthy.
Yeah.
When he was down in Miami, he had the year where he tore his, I think, ACL, right?
It was
Mhm.
Achilles and ACL, I believe, is what he's torn.
So and he had issues in college as well, staying healthy. So signing someone long term, well, I guess 4 years isn't too much long term, but signing someone to that big of a contract who already has injury issues, I'd be hesitant too.
Yeah.
And then honestly, like towards the end of the year, he kind of disappeared a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like he didn't have the same. You would talk about quarterback pressures, but people get paid off of sacks, and he just wasn't producing those for us, not for $30 million.
Yeah.
So I think that was one of the biggest losses. I figure what I'll do is it's probably easier for us to go down the losses of the players that we lost in free agency as opposed to who we signed. So the next big one, which I really did want to get back, was Brock's boy, and mine too. But N'Kobe Dean,
Yeah, that's I was gonna say that's my biggest loss for
yeah,
us. Yeah.
yeah,
I have another player that I think's the biggest loss. Go ahead.
Yeah.
is working our way down the list, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, N'Kobe Dean, he signs a 3 year deal with the Raiders for 36 million. Looking at the numbers, I'm like, why did the Eagles just not bring him back?
Yeah.
I know they have
Campbell.
Jahad Campbell that is supposed to take that spot, but
But
it's,
now he's got a shoulder injury, and
yeah.
so he's out most of the time until training camp. If late,
Well, it's the same thing we saw with Dean. Dean,
no, I
he
know. I mean,
also
yeah, I
had
know. Yeah, but
lingering
I mean,
issues throughout
yeah,
his career with the Eagles, and he would always miss 5 to 10 games, it seems, just
Yeah.
depending on severity. But yeah, the other team that was in the mix for N'Kobe Dean, which I'm glad that didn't sign him, was the Cowboys. And it seemed like the deals, from what I heard, were very similar. And he chose to go to Las
Vegas.
Vegas
He
as
said it
opposed to
wouldn't felt.
Dallas.
He just said it wouldn't felt right to go. He was like, I'll just go to Raiders.
Yeah, you get to see all his boys twice a year.
Yeah, oh, exactly. It's like
Yeah.
if you played with Dallas. So, yeah, I mean, good luck to N'Kobe Dean. I've always liked him as a player, liked him as a person. So, good luck in Oakland or Los Angeles or
Vegas.
Las Vegas. God damn, just work your way down the
Raiders.
Yeah, I covered every one of theirs. They were in Los Angeles, Oakland, and Las Vegas. Good luck out there. I'm just glad we don't have to see you much at all.
Yeah,
Certainly not twice a year. Um, Next on the list, Reed Blankenship.
that's who I think's the biggest.
Exciting Whites. So are they going to do the? I mean, you can remote into podcasts. We've proven that.
They,
Yeah.
they've already
So,
done that. I think
yeah.
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So Reed Blankenship, he goes down to Houston on a 3-year, $24.75 million contract. Again, it doesn't seem like the money's too high. Like another guy
Yeah.
that like, all right, it's $8 million a year. You can't bring him back at that cost. Like just familiarity and just having the other half of the exciting Whites.
Yeah, I mean the chemistry in the locker room, right? Like I know a lot of those guys were pretty tight knit. Obviously, Dean was involved in that too.
Well,
right?
yeah,
With
you
the
had the
Georgia,
the
yeah,
Georgia
yeah.
ties, and so I don't know. That's $20 million right there between those two players of over 3 years
Yeah,
that are pretty pivotal to your defense.
yeah. So I mean, our safeties obviously, Makuba
Makuba.
when he's back healthy, he's going to be filling one of those spots. I don't know if Epps
Sidney
is still on the
Brown,
team.
yeah,
I think
Epps is
it's.
still a
Um,
free agent.
I think it's one of those things like they plan on plucking him back in. I think at some
Epps
point. Yeah, because
when
they
he
were
came back
talking
last
about it.
year and
Yeah.
he was healthy, I think he played pretty well. I can see another 1 year deal type
Yeah.
thing. It for some reason, and we'll get to that when we get to the additions that we have. Howie Roseman loves 1 year deals, but
yeah,
I think there's pros and cons to those, and
Well,
we'll get to it once we get there.
but speaking
But
of safeties, though, because when 1 year deals, Brisker from Chicago is right there, and he went to Pittsburgh for $4.5 million
yeah,
because he's from Pittsburgh. And I was like, dude, could have easily just been like, come on, 4.5 million. You're not in Pittsburgh, but you're
close
a couple
enough.
hours over. You
Yeah,
know, and
yeah. I mean, I was kind of.
I would have liked
I
that.
made a joke to you guys, but like CJ, like
Yeah.
he's
Oh
a free
yeah.
agent again. Bring
Yeah.
him back, going on another
Yep.
Super Bowl run.
yeah, exactly. It seems like once they sign him, it's a a Super
Yeah,
Bowl
we go
run.
to the
So
Super Bowl.
um, yeah, so I think it's tough to lose Reed. I'm not saying that he was one of the best cover safeties, but for what
I thought he played
Vic,
well.
yeah,
For the
for
system, I think he.
oh,
That's what I mean. So
absolutely,
I don't.
yeah.
It'll be interesting to see
What he
what he
does in
does over
Houston.
there.
I mean,
Yeah.
Houston has a good defense
Oh
too,
yeah,
so
no
he'll
doubt. Yeah.
probably not miss a beat. But just looking at him as a player, I think what they're looking at is Makuba needs to step up. They
Yeah.
drafted him, and I think what they're looking at is we go through these drafts, we try to cycle players out through them,
Yeah.
and
I guess
hopefully
Sidney Brown's still with us too, isn't he? Right.
I believe so, but he might be a free
And
agent
they
also.
might throw Ringo out there.
No, I
Never
think
know.
no, I think he is still under contract because I think one of our offseason moves was somebody was going to cut him. Might have been mine. I might have looked into that,
They
but
could put Drew Stubbs out there. They've been talking about or Garrett Stubbs. I don't know why I keep saying Garrett Stubbs. They keep
the
throwing him.
catcher,
Yeah, they throwing
yeah,
him at the left field and second base now. So might as well
throw
just
him out of safety.
throw him at safety for the
Hey,
Eagles.
he can catch.
He's a
Yeah.
little guy. Yeah,
Ah,
he get crushed.
yeah.
Probably
Sorry,
that's the reason why you
I had
had.
to throw it out there because I knew we'll get to that. But
Yeah. So the last a lot of guys were kind of on the bench or third wide receiver. So Jahan Dotson signs a 2-year deal with the Falcons for 15 million. Sam Howell is just collecting the Infinity Stones for the NFC East, and he's down with Dallas,
Dallas.
1 year, 2.5 million. Brett Toth, which a guy I wanted to bring back, him and Pryor, 1 year, 2.5 million to the Niners. Matt Pryor goes to the Cardinals for a 1 year deal. Josh Uche goes down to the Dolphins for a $1.5 million deal, and Aziz Ojolari goes to the Falcons on a 1 year deal. So
which he was
Ojolari
he was
didn't
off the
do too
scratch
much
most
of
of the
any.
year
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
Yeah.
he wasn't an impact at all. Going into last year, I think we were like, oh, maybe this is a guy
That's what I thought too. I was like, what? He's not playing.
he could be the next the cornerback from the Giants. Bradbury,
Oh, Bradbury, yeah.
and
Yeah.
just pluck from them, and he turns into be what he was or what you hoped he would be. But no, Ojolari was a healthy scratch the entire year. So moving into some of the additions, Jordan Davis, they extended him a 3 year, 78 million. Seems like a lot of money. But it seems like the biggest gripe with him was him being overweight, out of shape. And he took it upon himself last year, probably from the GM and the coaching staff telling him, "Hey, dude, you got to get in shape."
Yeah.
He did it, and he had pretty good year last year. Hope locking up the tackle position with him and hopefully Carter's right
That needs to
down the
be
line.
soon. Yeah.
That hopefully solidifying that portion of the line is going to help. But yeah, only time will tell. I think Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, they've been paired up basically their entire careers, whether it's college and also the pros. So keeping that duo, I think, is going to be beneficial, certainly for the defensive line. They bring back Dallas Goddard. This one was a little weird one. They kept pushing the void year deadline day by day, and they end up coming to an agreement on a 1-year, $7 million deal, which is kind of odd to me. I thought Goddard's market, with 11 touchdowns last year, 11 or
Yeah.
12, would be higher than that.
His numbers are up there with the other guys who were paid like stupid amount of money.
Right. And he's, for the most part, I mean, he didn't miss as much time as Kittle.
Mm-mm.
I think he was well more productive than Kelsey.
Yeah.
So it just, I don't get it. I mean, kind of even last year, it's like he tested the market, couldn't find anything. He comes back on a 1-year deal then. So I'm not sure what's going on with Dallas Goedert, but I'm happy to have him back for certainly the red zone.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the tight end market, like Isaiah Likely, his deal with the Giants, I think it was like 3 years, like almost 50 million.
Mhm.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Isaiah
And then
Likely
Goddard,
is a halftime tight end with Mark Andrews there.
right.
And Dallas Goedert was our full-time tight end, and he got half of the money for 1 year. Like, I mean, good on the Giants. Go out there, spend your money on your tight end. I don't think Likely's as good as Goddard by any means, and I don't understand why Goddard he loves Philly that much.
I don't know why the Ravens let Likely go and picked Andrews.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
And
Andrews, I mean, I think he had a down year last year,
But
but
he got extended.
he was always like a security blanket
Plus, he
for
dropped that ball against
Lamar.
Buffalo.
Yeah, a couple years back. So.
And Kyle Pitts, he got franchise tagged, right?
Yeah. Or no, I don't.
Yeah, he got
yes,
franchise
he
tagged
got
by the
franchise tag.
Falcons.
Yeah.
And then
How much was that? The
15 to 16 million a year.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how high they got because it's the average of the top 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then David Njoku from the Browns, he's a free agent this year.
Yeah.
So I wonder what his market looks like. It's got to be more than 7 million a year. Right?
Exactly.
Like,
right.
I don't understand why Goddard's being so kind to the city of Philadelphia, but appreciate it, bud.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the way the whole thing worked out. I don't know if there's something like down the line.
Because when they kept pushing it back, people kept saying like, "Oh, they're going to trade AJ. That's why they're doing this." And I'm like, "No, it's I don't know what's going on with Dallas, but this is not related to AJ. This is something to do with." And I didn't realize there was 20 million.
I think there was a 20. If he didn't sign,
what is that coming from? Like,
so that's what I'm curious about.
It's 40 million before June 1st. After June 1st, it goes down to 20.
There was a cap hit with
Goddard. But if he's a free agent, if he's a free agent, why is there a cap hit at all? Like that's what confused me. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. That's why I can't get into all that fucking salary cap shit. I'm just like, what? What do you mean there's $20 million if he just doesn't play with us? Like, why is he getting that?
Yeah. And then they're trying to sign him to move the money around.
Yeah.
Again, shit way over our heads.
Yeah. I was just like, all right.
So, but addition that I liked to bring him back was Braden Mann. I thought he played very well last year, and we had to certainly use the punter quite a bit, going 3 and out as much as we did on offense. But 4 years, 14 million. I thought he was great last year, so I'm glad they brought him back.
We seem to do that with punters too. We seem that we like when we just go like, all right, we're gonna hold on to this guy until he's.
You should though.
No, I know.
Like,
once you get somebody that's
you're just like,
it's kind of like kickers too. Until the guy misses.
Hey, he's still there.
Yeah, Missy Elliott. So I haven't cut him yet.
He'll be fine.
So some additions outside of the Eagles. Tariq Woolen signed from the Super Bowl champion Seahawks. 1 year, $12 million. So it seems like 26 years old, right out of his rookie deal. This is basically a prove it deal. And the tendency, like I mentioned earlier, is how he loves to do these 1-year deals. And it's good because you could probably get guys on, discount. But the problem is they tend to perform well. And then next thing you know, you can't bring them back.
But then we get a draft pick the following year if they do leave.
Yeah. I think the knock on Woolen is because that Rams game, he was talking shit to the
he's an
team.
idiot.
He's a little rowdy, like
him, Jalen Carter,
He reminds me of CJGJ.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
I
he
mean,
plays
if
well.
he
I don't
plays
give a
like
shit.
yeah, if he
but
plays well
on
and
paper right now, Cube and Woolen and Cooper, that's a hell of
it's
a
the
trio.
youngest
That's a
secondary
that's a
and
hell of a
it's
trio right there.
right.
Yep. So
So hopefully he can actually play. And maybe they can work an agreement, and if he does play well, they can extend him long term, and him just knowing that I'm a part of this secondary moving forward would be good. Because I guess the other question we have too is what's happening with the defensive coordinator position, because we know Fangio is basically gone after this year. So
yeah, he's got to have some kind of protege or something.
yeah, yeah.
Well, we lost the secondary coach
Oh
to
yeah, the team
Dallas
with
as their
Dallas.
defensive coordinator, so that's
hmm
not great. But I mean, maybe that's why they're trying to make a push for Nakobe.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see. So I think this guy played with the Falcons last year, Arnold Ibikiti, 1 year, 7.3
I don't know
million.
much about him.
Yeah.
I don't know much, but he's got to be more productive than Uche or
Right.
Ojulari. They did absolutely nothing for us last year. So
Yeah, and if you look at the cost that he had versus
So he is more of an edge guy.
yeah,
I think
he's
he's
more of an edge
Okay,
rusher.
I was wondering because I was like, I have no clue. Like I was like, I don't know what this dude play. Like he's
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, like Jalex Hunt played pretty well last year.
yeah.
So I think that he's going to be one of your key guys.
You hope he continues to
Yeah.
excel. And
I've
then
always
you
been
you
big on
hope
Hunt.
Nolan
Yeah.
Smith can stay healthy and kind of
He's
build
he's
on
got to do something. Yeah,
towards the end of the Super Bowl year, like that second half, he was unstoppable.
yeah.
And then he kind of fell off with injuries. I know he tore his tricep at the Super Bowl. Was that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Uh,
played through it
but
and
played
still
through it.
played
Yeah.
well. And
And
then this
then
year he
I
was
think
kind
he
of just
struggled. I think
absent. They brought Brandon Graham, traded for Phillips. It's like, what are we
yeah.
doing with Smith here? Like,
Well, BG's still not done.
no,
Yeah.
he needs to be. Yeah,
Well, and they
I,
also lost
yeah.
Josh Sweat too. So that
yeah.
was another loss that, on the defensive end, um,
Yeah.
And
going along with
I'm sure
Nolan
they'll
Smith.
draft 2 or 3 more and
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
defensive line.
we'll get
Yeah.
into what we think they should do with the draft as it gets closer. But I mean, we'll also see if they have any additional picks that maybe they're looking to use this year or what they plan to do. We know how he likes to make draft time trades. So Grant Alcantara, they brought him back 1 year, 2 million. Just familiar face. I
Yeah.
think that's fine. Marquise Brown, they signed today, 1 year, 6.5 million. Basically a replacement for Dotson.
I'm
Well,
fine with it.
yeah, I'm fine with it too.
I'm fine that now it's 6.5 and not 10.
Yeah,
Like I was like
the
when it was 10, I
original
was like, whoa, that's a
right.
lot. That's a lot of money.
So we'll see. He's bounced around. He was pretty highly touted coming out of college, and just
His
seems like he's
injuries
never
has been a thing.
really. Yeah.
Like he was on the Chiefs signed him a couple years to a big, and then he was hurt all the time during
Yep.
that. Like he was like, maybe I'll come back at the end of the year. Like had some kind of foot injury or something. And just
Yep. Yeah. So we'll see what he turns out to be. But I think having him as a 3 at this point with AJ still on the roster, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Johnny Muntz signs a 1 year deal. He was from the Jaguars. I think he's more of a blocking tight end from
he's
what
been
I
in the league for
heard.
like
But
10 years.
yeah, I mean, if you can add other blocking tight ends and people that can block, that's hopefully going to help out the offensive line, but also Saquon.
So what's that mean for the Wilson guy, Johnny?
I think they're going to try him at a receiver.
Yeah.
Or like try to push him on the outside. I mean, he's got size. He's another guy that can't stay healthy.
He
Yeah.
can't stay healthy and he can't keep the ball on his
Yeah, people are just always like, that's Johnny Wilson. Let's go.
He has a lot of potential,
Yeah,
but it's
but
like
it's
he just
like
hasn't come to fruition. And then the last guy I have on my list is Jonathan Jones. They signed to a 1 year veteran. So another cornerback, some more depth. So yeah, Cam, you want to go down the list of some of the other non-Eagle additions?
Yeah, so obviously, as you mentioned, Jalen Phillips got the highest paid deal. The Colts are just unloading the trucks out there. Between Alec Pierce and Danny Dimes, they spend what's that like $200 million, more than $200 million on just the receiver.
The Alec Pierce
And
signing was odd. He is certainly not worth that much money.
it's the market.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
It reminds
why.
me of remember back when the Jaguars overpaid for who's the guy from Arizona that
Oh my God.
Jones, last name Jones. Maybe not Jones.
Not Jones. The fuck is it? God, that's pissed me off. Maybe it'll come to us in a minute.
Yeah.
But the Colts also trading Michael Pittman away for I think like a 5th or 6th round pick
to the Steelers
was surprising because I would think that Pittman's better than Pierce. Pierce
Right.
is,
Pierce is benefiting from Pittman.
yeah. So that was strange. But Daniel Jones coming after the Achilles tear. That's going to be interesting to see. He got a 2-year, $88 million deal. So I think they reported that he'll be ready for this year,
Mhm.
but who really knows if he's going to be like ready to start the season or if he's going to be mid-year that he's actually coming back in. Um, Linderbaum for the Ravens. He signed with the Raiders, 3 years, 81 million. I think that's the highest interior lineman in NFL history. Another receiver that I absolutely talked a lot of shit on signed a big deal with the Patriots, Romeo Dobbs, 4 years, 70 mil.
The Eagles were linked to him too.
Not for that money.
No, but I mean,
that's fucking insane.
But for Mannion, for the offense coordinator, that's why we were.
Yeah, but I mean, that dude, he'll go off one game and then the next 3 he's completely absent. So, I mean, good on him for turning that into 4 years, 70 million.
He's wearing that big stupid ass guardian.
Yeah, I
cap.
hate those guardian caps. They look weird on receivers.
Patriots they're set to cut, if not already cut, Stephon Diggs. So Dobbs will now be their number 1, number 2 receiver. Mike Evans signs the deal with the Niners, which was surprising. Figured he would
deal, right?
3-year deal. Figured he would just kind of ride out in Tampa.
So that's what I thought.
I didn't think it was gonna be a 3. I thought maybe a 2 would be like top end.
Or like an opt out, maybe like 1 year.
I was thinking maybe just 1 year at this point. He's been in the league for 10 years, I think, right? It seems like 10 years, but
I think it might be 36. 30. It's either 33 or 36. I'm not sure, but
yeah.
I mean, he was still productive last year, so I think adding another receiver for Purdy is going to be huge, considering that Ayuk's probably gone. He's
absolutely.
They also signed.
Is he a free agent, Ayuk, or is he?
I don't know if he's a free agent, but he's going to be cut if he's not already.
They said they were like holding off or something. Like they were looking.
It has to be a cap issue. Why they haven't released him. But I mean, even last year, like the Niners were in their playoff game and he's speeding by the stadium and going 130 in his car or something. What are you doing, dude? So not very smart for him.
No. He seems like a pain in the ass.
Malik Willis, he was the number 1 quarterback free agent. I guess with Danny Jones' injury, this is why Malik Willis would be the number 1. Signs with the Dolphins, so 3 years, 67 million.
He had a couple opportunities last year with Green Bay. He came in and kind of reestablished himself as a quarterback. So
yeah, and their GM, their assistant GM is now the GM of the Dolphins, so he's familiar with him. So I think that's kind of why they went after him. Obviously, they're paying a ton of money for players that are not on their team this year. So,
like their dead cap it is nuts.
I mean, Tua obviously getting cut. I guess we can just jump into him signing with the Falcons. They just cornered the market on left-handed quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, he was league minimum, so they cost him
exactly.
nothing.
It's nothing. So it's a trial.
And they're dead cap hit for Kirk anyway, probably. So
but I don't understand the fit.
I don't either.
You sign Kirk Cousins to a massive deal. You draft Penix. Penix obviously was kind of a questionable pick anyway. And then you go out and sign Tua. It's like, what are you doing down there, Atlanta? Matt
I
Ryan
think it's basically like, all right, now we have Tua. He's proven that he's done it before.
Yeah.
And we have weapons that we can put around him with Bijan and Kyle Pitts, and maybe puts a little pressure on Penix to do what he needs to step up. If not, then they know that going forward, at least we have Tua for was it a 1-year deal that they signed him for? So it's a 1-year trial. And then you can determine, okay, is Penix the guy? If not, then okay, we need to reevaluate the entire position.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just strange to me. I guess Penix, clearly we watched the game last year. I know Brian and I were watching, like, why is this guy? He is absolutely terrible.
But it's also like, why are you not running Bijan?
Yeah. So I don't know what they're doing. Matt Ryan's now the president of football operations there. So maybe that's kind of the plan, kind of what you said, is Tua's like,
see what you have.
If Penix is still not the guy, go with Tua because you're not paying him anything. What else we got here? Travis. So I guess we've just been saying his last name wrong forever. It's not ETN. It's Achan, which is weird because the Dolphins running back, Devin Achan.
I still say ETN. That's how it looks like.
Yeah, no.
I think that's what he told people because it was just easier.
Yeah. So it's Travis Achan is his actually pronunciation of his last name, but he signed with the Saints for 4-year, $52 million. So running back market kind of getting a little bit higher there with him.
Yeah.
What are they going to do with Kamara? It's going to be interesting.
Well, Kamara acts like remember, he was like, if I get traded last year, that he was like, I'm just going to hang it up. So I
Yeah,
don't know
because he
what
didn't
he's
want to
gonna
leave
do.
New
Yeah, I'm
Orleans.
like,
Maybe it's just
yeah,
another back to go along
yeah,
with him. I mean, his best years is when he had Ingram and himself,
yeah.
and they kind of
Plus, they've
did
had
the
flashes of the quarterback might be all right. So
yeah.
Yeah,
maybe
Chuck
Kellen,
Chuck
Chuck
yeah,
actually
plays
so
looks
well.
like he
yeah,
might be a player.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Kellen Moore might be like, hey, I'm just gonna get a team together here.
Mhm. And I
Um,
mean, and if you talk about that division in general, it's like you may just be one piece away
Yeah,
yeah.
from.
you're going against Tua and Panthers, Bryce Young. So
Well, and you have Tampa Bay that's
Tampa
been
Bay.
living with injuries.
Yep.
I think there's still the class of that division. Carolina, I don't see them continue like
They won the division last year.
right, but
Barely.
did they win it or did
They got
They just
handed the
they just
division.
yeah,
lost. Yeah, I mean the
they
Saints
didn't
almost came
lose it?
back and got it. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So I think, yeah, I like Baker. I think he's the best quarterback in that division, but he just lost a big piece in Mike Evans. So
Yeah.
what does that look like moving forward?
Speaking of running backs, Kenneth Walker, Super Bowl MVP, goes to Kansas City.
That's a big signing for them, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
That seemed to be their
They've been
focus.
lacking a running back for a while. Um, Probably since Kareem Hunt was there last. Jamal
I mean, well, he
Charles,
was there
like,
last year, right?
well, I
But
meant
they
like when
kept
he
bringing
was
him back.
actually,
Yeah.
yeah, he was
I
kind
mean,
of like
Pacheco is the guy that they wanted to be the guy,
he just
and
never
he can't stay
panned out.
healthy. And he also, I believe, he had ball security concerns. I think
Mm,
he fumbled a bunch, but he's like,
can't stand that
it's
guy.
just the
I hate the
meme.
way he runs.
Yeah, the funniest thing about the meme is like just he's like a kid that stole your phone and is
Yeah,
running away. Like that's just he just looks like a little asshole kid, but he's
Yeah.
fully grown and a man playing football.
and he went to Detroit to fill
And
in
yeah, yeah,
Montgomery's spot. Yep,
he went into
Montgomery.
Detroit.
Yep.
But Kenneth Walker, 3 years, 45 million.
Yeah. Good on him.
So
I think that's
again,
a good signing for the Chiefs.
yeah. Another notable one, I guess we haven't really touched on this since this all happened in our hiatus, was Max Crosby trade to Baltimore,
Yeah.
failed the physical.
2 first-round picks.
They knew he was getting surgery, or they knew he just had surgery. So Baltimore, I think, kind of did some dirty shit here.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a little, so I guess right after that, they announced that they signed Trey Hendrickson.
correct.
Yeah.
So, and Hendrickson's deal was
4 years, 112 million.
yeah. So I think I don't know if they were just trying to make sure that they had one of them and they were gonna
Yeah.
use this physical as
Well, they
their
said flashes
opt-out.
like they were going to do both. They were like,
Yeah,
"Oh, we
well,
thought about
of
getting
course
both
they're
of them."
gonna
I was
They
do
like,
ain't
that.
fucking
"How
lying.
the fuck
They
did you
ain't
get
doing
both of them?"
both.
Like, I was like, "That ain't
They
gonna
ain't
fucking happen."
paying
Yeah,
$60 million
yeah. I
a
was
year
like,
on the
"Yeah," but
defensive line.
that's what they said. I was
But
like,
I
"There's no
think
way you would have had both of them." Like,
you put the 2 first-round picks there, right? And you're like, "All right, this is our insurance policy if,"
Correct.
and we always use the physical as our opt-out if need be. If we can't come to an agreement with Hendrickson for what we actually wanna pay,
Yep.
then that's our backup plan. We at least okay, we have a guy for, a couple years, I think it's what, 3-year deal that Crosby still has? So which you'll have to still rework, I'm sure. But, yeah, once they were able to get Hendrickson on the books, I think, like you said, Cam, they did some
Yeah,
shady shit.
it's. I mean, it's kind of genius. It's just
It
shady.
is, it's just shady, and, like so, couple things. 1, it makes Crosby look bad because he failed a physical. 2, it hurts the Raiders, which what do the Ravens care about?
I mean,
It
they
hurts them
spent.
on their actual return if they try to move him again, because it's like,
Yeah.
well, they just offered 2 first-round picks and he failed the physical, so we're not gonna be able to give you anywhere near that.
Yeah, and another thing that like the impact of it across the league though
Yeah.
is that took like teams started going out and filling holes because Max Crosby was technically going to be a Raven.
Yep.
And it was right during that free agency window.
But look at
First
the
couple of days.
Raiders. Look at the
Yeah, the
Raiders.
Raiders
Go
spent
and
like
making
$300 million
yeah,
in the
so and
offseason.
then luckily that they were able to kind of maintain those
Yeah,
contracts, even bringing him back on the
yeah,
roster. But yeah, if you're planning on, I mean, I guess it's one of those things like don't catch your or don't
don't count your chickens before they hatch. Is that
nailed
what
it.
you're
Yeah.
gonna Rock, you should know that one pretty
Come
well.
on, that's chicken guy. I laid that one up there
Yeah.
perfectly
yeah,
for
it
you.
is. I was like, I'm a
But
chicken
yeah,
fan.
it really does impact the entire league though, because again, teams are starting to make moves on like, all right, well, Crosby's gone. We don't need to worry about trading for him. Let's see who the next available like D end is or
Yeah, and it
edge
was
rusher,
Hendrickson
whatever you're
probably.
looking for.
Right.
And it kind of lessens the market on Hendrickson. I know he kind of screwed himself a little bit last year with Cincy, the way that he held out for so long.
Yeah, and they didn't do him any
And
favors either with
yeah,
franchise tagging him and just
but they're
I mean, they're stupid. I mean,
yeah,
they could have got something out of him by just
yeah,
trading him. He didn't play for you at all, and he was hurt
exactly.
all last year too. So
Yeah.
it's like Cincinnati should have saw the writing on the wall of, all right, we're not going to be able to contend because nobody can stay healthy. Burrow can't stay healthy. Nobody can stay
Yeah.
healthy. Let's just try to get what we can for this guy.
Mhm.
whether it's picks or players or what, but there's no sense in franchise tagging him and getting nothing in return.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess they can get compensatory picks, right?
Yeah, they will,
But
because the deals that were signed,
Yeah.
they'll get a third round pick next year.
Mhm.
But
But you could have got a lot more if you
you
would have
could have
traded
got a
him during
first
the
round pick.
season, right?
Yeah. Trade him in last offseason.
Yeah, last offseason, they're
Yeah.
talking about first round picks for him.
So I don't know. We'll see, but that's just I really think the Ravens GM, he's probably going to have like some agents and players a little pissed off at him if they try to
Oh,
sign
yeah.
in the future because they did it, but it
I thought
worked
it
out
was a
for 'em.
little dirty. I agree
They
with you.
keep their 2 first round picks and they get a premier edge rusher and Trey Hendrickson. So.
Yep.
The last one that I really have that's kind of notable is Kyler going to Minnesota. So obviously JJ McCarthy was supposed to be the guy. They drafted him. They brought in Sam Darnold. Darnold led him to 14-3. Gets let go,
He
or
signs in
they
Seattle.
sign in
Yeah.
Seattle, go win a Super Bowl. They have JJ McCarthy for a year. We realized that he's just not a very good quarterback. And now they're bringing in Kyler, which Kyler is a very good quarterback when he's determined to play
Focused.
football.
Right.
I think
Yeah, Call of
having
Duty's dog shit right now, so he's not good.
Justin Jefferson on his team is going to be absolutely awesome.
Mhm.
So they've got him, Naylor, and Hawkinson, right? And then I think they re-signed
They have
Aaron
Addison
Jones.
too, right? Or did he go somewhere else?
They,
Don't they
I
have
think they
Jordan
have
Addison?
Addison. They
They
might
have
have
Addison
lost
right
Naylor.
now, but he's
They,
got that trouble
one
off the
of one of
field.
those Addison or Naylor, I think, is gone. I could be getting it mixed up, but and then they re-signed Aaron Jones also.
Mhm.
So
I
pretty
mean, that
decent
might be very
offense.
similar to Atlanta. It's like you bring a guy. I think
Yeah,
Kyler's
1 year
more
minimum.
proven than Tua. I
Yeah,
know Tua had that 1 year where he was just like lighting the world on fire, but I think Kyler's been a little bit more proven on
Yeah.
the longevity of his career as opposed to Kyler, but similar fashion to maybe what Atlanta's doing. You bring another
Naylor went
guy
to
in.
Vegas.
so yeah, Addison's there. And
So
Naylor
Addison's
was
there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but yeah, you bring another guy into Minnesota, and it's like, all right, McCarthy, figure out if you're the guy or not.
He's not. He's just
Yeah.
not the guy.
And I didn't think he was coming out of college. I mean,
No, they were a run first offense, and then they, for whatever reason, traded up to go draft him.
Yep.
And I mean, obviously he was a national champion,
Mhm.
but it's just not working out in the NFL. Like every meme is him, like 9.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So I think that Kevin O'Connell, he's I think it's pretty much just like known now that he's very good with quarterbacks, and he kind of rejuvenates their careers. So hopefully he can do that
Maybe
with
does that with
Kyler.
Kyler. Yeah.
I think that division now has 3 of the 4 quarterbacks are number 1 overall picks with Caleb Williams, Kyler, and
Goff.
Jared Goff.
Mhm.
So Jordan Love obviously wasn't first overall, but so that's kind of wild stat for the division, I guess.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Minnesota had a lot of problems last year, not just quarterback.
Yeah. But, the offense, I'm sure Justin Jefferson would love
He's-
it.
My dynasty team would love it if Justin Jefferson gets a quarterback.
Yeah.
I think Justin Jefferson may just have like I don't know, pay JJ McCarthy to never play again.
I think he actually doesn't even like. It's been like Justin Jefferson doesn't say like a lot like of stuff, but you could tell he has like an angst with like they bring up McCarthy. And he's just like, yeah, quarterback's just gotta be better. Like, like, basically, he doesn't say McCarthy. He just like quarterback play has to be better. Like,
And Brian, I found out your receiver on accident that we were talking about that was at Arizona that went to the Jaguars, Christian Kirk.
Yes.
He just signed a 1-year deal with the Niners as well.
Gotcha. Yep.
But he's the
I
one
knew
that
he was the
reset
guy.
the
He
market.
set the market, and we were like,
Yeah.
"What the hell are
3
the
years,
Jaguars?"
$90 million.
But the Jaguars had to spend money,
Yeah.
and like we were, I think, talking at the time. It was like, well, they got to spend money. They're like setting the market for receivers and all this, and it's like, what the fuck's going on?
Yep. He ruined it.
Yep. Well, the
But, I mean,
Jaguars.
good on
ruined
him.
it. But
Yeah.
hey, he got paid. It's like Kirk Cousins. It's getting paid for doing nothing.
Yeah. So that's all the notable ones I had. Obviously, there's probably 50 more that we're forgetting. So
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about it. It just seems like there's a lot of one person's out and then another person's moving into that spot, especially when it comes to the quarterbacks and even the running backs for that matter. So
I say we can mention Jalen Waddle because that happened today.
Oh yeah,
right.
trade
So,
for Jalen Waddle.
So he was traded
to Denver.
Sorry, from Miami. Yeah, for
a first, a third, and a fourth, and the Broncos got a Waddle and a fourth.
Yeah, which is crazy.
See that? Well, what impact does that have on the AJ Brown trade?
Dude, AJ would definitely go for 1 and 2.
I mean, if he got a 1, 3, and a 4,
which they had Denver
it should
linked.
at least be that.
Yeah. The only thing is Waddle isn't under a big contract like AJ is.
Okay. Yeah.
So
But
that's
also,
the
they're
only
not even
thing.
the same player. Like, I mean,
Exactly.
Brown is a lot
Yeah,
more better than Waddle. I
Right.
mean,
yeah.
Waddle's all right
But
player, but
it's
yeah.
the market for AJ would be the Eagles' asking price
It
should
should
be
at
a 1
least
and a
a
2.
1. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And then
at
you're
least,
filling in
yeah.
from
It doesn't make us seem so crazy that if we're whatever we don't even know what we're asking for, but it doesn't make for Waddle getting that, it doesn't make us seem so crazy for wanting anything, because it is Brown. You got to take that money and you better give us because we look pretty dumb if we did it.
I
Yeah.
think there was another receiver that moved. It wasn't Pittman, but I think there was another wide receiver that was traded for decent compensation. I just can't think of who it was because it was talking about the AJ Brown market. It was like, oh, well, this guy goes for like a 2.
Oh, it was DJ Moore went to
Oh
Buffalo.
yeah, there you go.
for
That's
a
it.
2. Was it a 2?
Something. Yeah,
yeah.
because the 2 teams that in the offseason plans I had, I was Buffalo and New England to kind of go at it with each other. Of you both need a big receiver. You're competing against each other, so use them against.
Yeah, put them against each other.
Yeah, to get whatever value you can out of it. And they traded for DJ Moore. He goes to Buffalo now, and then the Patriots they cut Diggs, which I think kind of led us to believe, all right, well they're getting ready to make a move for AJ, and then they go and sign Dobbs.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to
And
Google
then
it
I
to
don't know. We could say
see.
Justin Fields trade for going to the Chiefs.
Yeah, that guy's
Yeah.
a bum.
I know, but like he was
Absolute
like,
bum.
it's just fun. It's like not notable, but it's just like
Mhm.
didn't come to mind. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's like it's interesting. You wonder if Mahomes is gonna be ready at the beginning of the year. So like maybe Fields just like
I mean, I hope they're not banking on Fields being the answer.
Fields played well week 1 last year.
Yeah,
yeah,
one.
that was the 1 week he played.
The
And
one
then
week.
would he have 7 yards the one game?
Yeah,
Like,
it was awful. It was DJ Moore in a 5th for a 2.
yeah, that's what I
Okay.
was.
So
scrolling
that's
up
where it was. So thank you for remembering that one. But again, there's been so many moves. There's been like 100 and
nuts
some
with
transactions in
NFL.
NFL. We can only remember so
And
much.
there will probably be 100 more by the time we record next.
Maybe
So,
one more be Geno Smith going back
Oh,
to
yeah.
the Jets because we were talking about the
Why?
Jets. I don't. Yeah, I'm
Why
just
are the Jets doing
like
this?
what
to
is
themselves?
like it's literally like that's where he was drafted and now he's back. Like,
But he was so bad,
yeah,
yeah,
and you're
last
gonna
year.
go bring him back. Like I know that there's rumors about Carson going to
That's what
the
I heard
Jets.
too. Yeah.
yeah.
I would take Carson over Geno at this point. Like
Mhm.
you already know single-handedly the Jets fans don't like Geno. Like the most notable thing he
I
did
don't think
in
Was
New
leave
York.
and go and actually have success in
Well, the
Seattle.
notable thing he did was get punched in the face by a linebacker. Like that's the only thing Jets fans remember of
Do
him.
you listen to Rich Eisen's show at all, or
No.
like, or ever see clips? He was talking about it because he's a Jets fan. He's like, I've
Mhm.
been through so much in my life loving this team, and he's like, hey, maybe he said the same thing. He said maybe he avoids they put a red shirt on him in the locker room, so he doesn't
Yeah.
get punched, and it might work out.
I just don't know what that move makes 0 sense. Obviously, they don't
Yeah.
have to pay him anything because he's already getting paid. But still, like, why are you even bringing him back?
Yeah.
Like, you want him
It's a
to be your
guy.
starter? Like,
I don't know.
but I think they made a lot of moves on their defense. Apparently, they traded for Minka Fitzpatrick. That's
Mhm.
another notable one, I guess.
Yeah.
Or they signed him. They signed him.
They traded him
They traded
for
for him
for
from
a 7th
Miami.
round pick, yeah, and then signed a 3-year deal, $40 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know the Bears defense, they've been getting picked off left and right, getting signed by other teams. So it'll be interesting to see what
Yeah,
Chicago does next year.
signed like 10 defensive players.
Yeah. Well, their defense didn't
Yeah.
have an interception last year. They
Yeah.
need
And plus their head coach is a defensive
Yeah.
guy anyway, so
so
Well, he got fired, didn't he? Aaron Glenn?
no, he's still
Oh,
there.
he's still there.
he's still
He
there.
survived.
Yeah, he
He
survived.
Survived last year.
Yep.
So
All
I
right,
think
who
that's
gets an
again.
interception first? Him
Yeah.
on the sidelines as a coach or their team? Because
Did
he
you
used to
see-
be a DB, right? That's
Yeah,
the most
yeah.
ironic thing.
Did you see him? What was the game that was it the Browns or Bengals last year where he was like strutting around on
Oh,
the
down the
sideline?
sideline. Yeah, I
And
was
then they
just thinking
still
about
lost.
it. Like, yeah, he was like, it was like a pick six or something. He was like, and then
Yeah.
they lost.
Well,
It
it
was
couldn't have
like,
been a pick
Yeah,
six.
with a
well,
fumble six.
it was
or-
something
Yeah,
the way he
fumble
was doing.
six.
He was running. Oh
He was,
no,
like,
sorry, not a pick,
celebrating.
right? But he was celebrating like it was a big deal.
And they end up losing the game. That franchise is just dumpster fire after
It's,
dumpster
it's
fire.
crazy. That's what I mean. Like add Carson to it. Like God, like I don't think Carson even needs that. Like,
I mean,
he deserves that.
Go get Zach Wilson, bring him back.
Yeah, there you go. Whatever
Like,
happened to Zach Wilson? Where's
he
he, at?
was-
He Dolphins.
He was Dolphins back.
Was he
He
Dolphins
was
last
Dolphins
year?
back. Yeah.
Hanging out with the Mills.
Hey, he's probably living the fucking life down there in Miami, dude.
Miami. Speaking of Miami, World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
So tonight is the finals. The USA
First pitch
Came-
is probably in like 10, 15
couple
minutes.
seconds maybe.
They do enough promos. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been like an hour of promos. So, but no, USA versus Venezuela. So the USA game, I didn't watch too much of the World Baseball Classic earlier on,
I watched
but I
really just
did.
USA games. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to watch most of the USA ones, but wasn't able to watch all of them. I did watch the game the other day against the Dominican Republic, and that was probably one of the best baseball games I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Obviously, the World Series and a lot of the playoffs last year were very fun to watch. But that game with, I mean, just the energy that the Dominican Republic team, the fans, like it's a home field advantage for sure
Oh,
down there.
absolutely.
But it's like a lot of those teams that are kind of in the Caribbean and everything, like it's home field advantage
Yeah,
in
Venezuela
Miami,
tonight
right?
is going to have the home
It's going to
field.
have the same thing, yeah. But it's just seeing how much this tournament means to those teams and those
Yeah.
countries is just insane. So, it was a pitcher's duel. Skeens started for us, and then Severino for Dominican Republic. And they were talking about it on the broadcast, but Severino didn't touch what 97 last year, and he was throwing nothing but like 98 plus
Yeah.
in the first two innings of the
Amped up.
game. So you tell he's amped up, and it's good if you're a Yankees fan, you're pumped about that because you're like,
Well,
hey, this
he
guy.
was
He's
he
a
was on
Mets.
the A's.
He's on the
I
A's
think
this
he's
year.
with the.
He's
No,
with the A's right now. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's with the A's.
He's not with the Yankees anymore.
No, he was.
are you sure he didn't
was,
re-sign with the Yankees?
he was Yankees, Mets, and then A's. He's been on the A's. Signed a 3-year deal.
98% sure he's
Yeah.
with the Athletics.
All right,
He
so
signed
either
a
way,
big deal with the Athletics. Yeah, last year.
no, he's throwing gas. And former teammate Aaron Judge also had a pretty stellar game. Not so much on the bat. He had the one home run that was robbed from him, but that when he gunned Tatis out at third, like
Yeah.
he's just got an absolute
Dude,
cannon.
I don't know why people would run on him.
No, I wouldn't either.
He did it earlier in one of the other games. I think it might have even been like Italy.
Mhm.
Someone else tried to run on him. It might have been Mexico. I don't know which game it was, but he gunned another guy out at third.
At third, yeah.
He's just got an absolute cannon out there.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and then like I said, a couple innings later, he hits the ball. It looks like it's going to be a home run. Julio Rodriguez wraps him. So very similar to a couple of years back with
Adam
Jones robbing
robbing.
Machado.
The funny thing about that one is that they were teammates at the time.
Yeah.
But that was I love the World Baseball Classic. I just love competitive baseball.
Well, that's basically what this is. Like they're trying to win. It's not like
Yeah.
We talk about how do you fix all-star games? How do you fix this? Like, fuck the all-star games. Like, this is an all-star game in itself. Just do these types of tournaments to where the players and the countries actually give a fuck.
Yeah, and so Brock and I we were kind of talking about this before we started recording. Like, do you ever see MLB making this a mid-season tournament? Like every 3 years, they'll take a week and a half off,
And bam.
or maybe 2 weeks off.
I like when
because
it
we
is
take a week off.
before. Yeah, because the problem with in season is one, clubs aren't going to want to put their players out there for this when they're competing for
Yeah,
a
but I mean, right
championship.
now, pretty much everybody's in there except for Scooble.
But
except
it's
for,
early.
Oh,
I think Scooble's thing. I think Scooble's thing's more so he doesn't want to hurt himself prior to getting paid.
He's getting $36 million this year, though.
But
But I
it's-
mean,
it's
I mean, I know,
Yeah.
right? I know, it's 1
1
year.
year.
I know. I just think the way
He's going to
handled
get
it,
$400 million
Yeah.
next
right?
year.
The way
He might
handled
get more than that. Like
Yeah.
if the guy comes out, I don't
Shows
know.
again.
We talk about setting the market, and
He'll
I mean
sign-
the
he'll sign
problem
with the
that
Dodgers and they'll defer his money to Otani.
they need to that's what they need to fucking fix. The problem that he's running into is going into next year, we have no idea what's going to happen with
Right.
you
We still talk about the lockout.
the
It's just,
lockout and
yeah.
everything. So, but either way, I think he's making business decisions to
No,
save
it
his career.
absolutely makes
But
sense. You can't
I
fault
think
a player for it.
having this tournament early on in the year is a little different because now it's okay. What was it? Altuve got hurt the last one. He broke
And
his
the
finger and he was out a couple
Suzuki
months.
guy got hurt for the
Seiya Suzuki.
Seiya
Yeah.
Suzuki got hurt for
So
the
I'm
Cubs.
sure
yeah.
like the players and plus a lot of the guys like they couldn't get insurance policies either, which
Puerto Rico wouldn't.
pulled them
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of the things
Oh,
I
yeah,
think they would
Bad Bunny
rather.
pay for.
He tried
He
to,
tried
but
to
they
pay
wouldn't
for
allow it.
Carrera and Lindor or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think early on in the season is more favorable for the clubs just because say if
Yeah.
there is an injury, they can theoretically come back, at some point during the season. If you have it in the middle of the year, it's kind of difficult to, hey, I broke my finger on a pitch that went inside. Now
Yeah.
I'm out 3 months.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's obviously the risk you're going to take whenever you have the tournament. You have that risk right now. I just think that it would be more competitive baseball when your pitchers are fully gassed up. They're, throwing
Well,
those
you know,
Remember
when
the
130
All-Star
mile an hour
game
pitches.
used to give the
home
winner
field
home field
advantage,
advantage,
yeah.
so it used to matter a little bit, like, they would try. Now it's just exhibition game.
So
Yeah.
we'll figure out kind of what their thoughts are for this when the Olympics comes around in 2028.
If they
Because
do the Olympic
baseball,
break, I think they'll start
yes,
doing this as a
because that's
break.
going to be
Yeah.
in the season
Yep.
Yeah.
of,
Summer Olympics.
But
and then
remember,
what
even
does that
Harper's
look
already
like?
said, like, he's at the Olympics, which he sounds like he would wanna do it, and then
Yeah.
Scooble even said the Olympics too. He's like, "I'd be ready for that." Like,
Mhm.
so, yeah,
I
so
think the Olympics is the higher stage of this
Oh,
World
yeah,
Baseball
yeah, yeah,
Classic.
because it would be the world, like, at that point, but
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
I mean, if
So,
you listen to some of these players, they're talking about like this is a bigger deal than the World Series.
mhm.
Like they're saying, like Aaron Judge. I didn't see the full context of the quote, but there's a quote of that out there is that the environment was more electric than the World Series.
It was Judge that said it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Sorry if I misspoke, but yeah, Judge was saying that this it seems to mean more than
Mhm.
the World Series, and I was like, if that's actually the quote, that's an insane quote because the main reason why you're playing baseball is to win
To
a
win
World
a
Series, not to win a
championship.
World Baseball Classic.
Well, I think like the timing of it too. So this happens is every 3 years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So every 3 years you have the World Baseball Classic. Every year you have a world champion. So same kind of thing with
Yeah.
the Olympics. It's like that's every 8 years. No, every 4
For
years. Every 4 years. They
yeah.
offset every 2. So every 4 years you'll have another, but baseball's not in the Olympics every year.
I think US would have to add it as the
It's going to be
sport.
one of the sports that since
They're
they're
like
hosting, they
adding
can,
flag
Yeah.
football, they'll
yeah.
add baseball.
Yep. So, but no, I agree with you. It's been fun to watch. I'm looking forward to the game tonight. Uh, we'll see what McLean does. He had a rough outing his last one. That was against Italy, right?
Yeah, yeah, he
Yeah.
got touched up.
Well, he's a Met, so fuck him, but,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
exactly. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like we can kind of just jump through. Like, so Sanchez, he was pitching for Dominican. He's been pretty lights out
Yeah.
in the World Baseball Classic, so that's awesome to
So
see for the
Christopher
Phillies.
Sanchez, yeah.
Yep. Keller, the reliever that we got from the Cubs on the Phillies, he has not been very good out of the bullpen. So that's a little worrisome. He was supposed to be like kind of our big offseason addition of the bullpen.
Mhm.
Harper, slow bat. Schwarber, doing well.
Yeah, so Harper in 6 games played, he's batting 167 right now. He has 8 Ks. We were hoping that that's what he was hoping to or coming into this year, he wanted to fix the Ks, try to work walks more. Currently has 8 Ks and 1 walk in this
Yeah.
tournament. I think you would hope he's going up against better pitching here than he would be in spring training. But with the 1 walk, 8 Ks, he only has 4 hits, 4 runs, and then 1 RBI. So
I think one of the hits is an extra base hit.
He had a
yeah,
double.
he has 1
I think
double,
he
and
had a
that
double
was
last game.
the last game. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
he did have the ball. He hit to center field. He hit to the deepest part,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
was just so, I mean,
That's
that
that
would have been a
tends to
home
be
run.
the same problem we
Yeah.
always run into with him. It's like, "Oh, he crushed that. It'd be a home run in however many parks, but
Yeah.
just so happens to fall into a
yeah.
glove."
I think a lot of also is that he's trying way too hard.
Probably, yeah.
Amped up a
But
little bit, maybe.
I mean, he's been there's interviews years ago with him talking about like the World Baseball Classic. The last time they did it in 2023, the last time he was recovering from Tommy John,
Yep.
so he couldn't play. I don't know why he didn't
Well,
play
that
in
was the year
19.
that Trey Turner went off in the
Yeah.
Yeah,
WBC.
Yep.
Schwarber and Turner.
So, hey, maybe this is
A good thing.
maybe it's a good thing. Maybe he struggles in the WBC
Yeah.
and then he actually does well in the regular season for us.
If that's the case,
But
then
as
Cal Raleigh
opposed
is
to
going to be MVP this year.
exactly. Yeah, because he's been struggling.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Schwarber, his numbers haven't been bad just in the WBC. 6 games played. He's batting 364.
Yeah.
4 Ks, 5 walks, 8 hits, 6 runs, 1 home run, and 3 RBIs. So
Yeah.
he's been producing. He had that one big home run. I think it was Mexico. I thought it was
Yes,
Mexico
because
that he
the
hit.
Italy game was the
That was 8.
Gunnar Henderson game.
So, yeah. So he's played pretty well as the DH. I guess other notables from the Italy team, Dante Nori, who's one of our prospects,
Yeah.
played left. I think he played left field for them most of the time, but in 5 games played, he was batting 438, 7 hits, three runs, 2 home runs. I think both of those are in 1 game, and then 5 RBIs. But it's good to see have a prospect going up against this type of an environment and this quality of players. So I think that Italy team kind of surprised a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
They're
one of which like Nola. Nola
Nola
pitched
looked
pretty
great.
well in the 2 appearances that he had. Going up against Venezuela last night, he gave up 1 run, but for the most part,
4th inning
yeah,
home runs. Yeah.
the Rav 4th inning.
Yeah, I saw it online. Someone called it the ravioli 4th inning because he actually pitched well in it. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
when he sent that home run, I sent it to you guys, like, "Yep, got him
yeah,
again."
yeah. But no, I mean, it's just been awesome to watch, right? Like, we've been obviously in the lull of sports at this point.
Mhm.
March Madness is kicking off later this week.
Yep.
If you don't really watch college basketball, you don't really care unless it's just the
Well,
bracket time. That's when you really
yep,
jump into
so
it.
you're following your bracket, and yeah.
Yeah. NFL, it's just free agency. Hockey, NBA, they're in the grind of the regular season.
Yep.
Like, who really cares about what's
Both
going
Philly
on there?
teams are struggling for the most
Yeah.
part, one more so than the other. But, this is a nice addition to have to give you something. Spring training is nice to see, but, guys can be working on pitches. They can be working on, like, all right, I'm going to go down there when I'm hitting, I'm just working on this part of the zone.
Yeah.
So you're not really playing for record. You're not really playing for score. You're just working on trying to get your body ready for the upcoming season. So having this to where there's actual competitive games,
Yeah.
it's fun to watch.
And I mean, honestly, like this also kind of opens your eyes up to other players. Like one player that I've never really watched, but have grown to be a pretty big fan of. Dude, Bobby Witt is fucking
Bobby's awesome.
insane.
I love that
Oh,
guy.
he's
You never see him because he's in Kansas City. Like
Mhm.
as a Phillies fan, we don't ever, we play him once every year for a 3 game,
Maybe,
4 game
yeah.
series,
Mhm.
maybe. But like that dude's fucking incredible. He's
As a
so good at
shortstop,
defensive.
God,
Like
so good.
he's very good batter. Like he's becoming like one of my favorite baseball players to watch now
Yep.
because of watching him in the World Baseball Classic. I know there was, memes online about Paul Skeens, like,
Mhm.
holy shit, like, look at this guy.
Yeah.
Like, how awesome is it to have another superstar on your team? So Skeens is probably loving it, but
Mhm.
it's just cool to watch other players. Like, I mean, Aaron Judge, obviously, we know what
Yeah, the
he
big
can
names,
do.
but even, like, Bryce Terang, like, to
Yeah,
watch him play more,
he's
like, with the
balling.
Brewers last year, he was a stud, and even this year, it's like, for the most part, he was playing well. He kinda fell off a little bit the last 2 games, but,
Yeah,
just to be able to watch those types of players that you don't see all the time.
yeah.
And
No,
not just, like, the USA team, like, some of these other teams that you're
Pasquantino for the Italy team,
yeah.
just
yeah.
mashing home runs.
Well,
Like,
he didn't have a hit until that game. Then he hit
yeah,
3.
three,
I was
three
like,
home runs.
damn,
Yeah.
like he had 3 home runs all of a sudden. I was like,
Um,
you're welcome, USA.
Speaking of the Royals, they got that Caglione guy that was playing right field for Italy. He's
Mhm.
going to be another good ball player. So there's a lot of good players out in this tournament, and they're showing off, and it's awesome for baseball.
Yep. Yeah, the timing's great for, MLB, fantasy draft next week.
Yeah. So
And baseball starts next week.
we're running our fantasy baseball league back. So those that are listening that are in the league, draft's going to be Tuesday night. Depending on what we're doing, we may push the time back, but we'll figure that out.
Yep.
We may try and draft during the podcast recording, but we'll figure that
Yeah, we'll
part
see.
out.
The plan for next week is we're gonna do our all-encompassing MLB predictions. Kind of what we did last year. It ended up being a pretty long episode, just going through all the divisions, key additions, and what we're predicting, for ranking 1 through 4 or
Standings,
5,
yeah.
yeah, standings. And, it looking forward to it. We did it last year. I had fun with it. So, but yeah, trying to do that and a baseball draft may be difficult, but we'll see what we can do. It'll put our multitasking skills to the test.
Yeah.
So yeah, the World Baseball Classic come to completion tonight. So good luck to the USA squad. And then yeah, we talked a little bit about spring training, kind of just what people are working on. So some notables that I had from the Philly spring training. Stott looks like he kind of kept his momentum from the second half of last year, and he's had a good camp so far. Batting 400, he has 2 home runs, 6 runs, 4 RBIs in 11 games. Another one which Brock's not going to like to hear, but
I just
I
don't
have a
believe it.
feeling that all right, this guy's coming. He's contract year. He is going to absolutely tear this year. I guarantee
We
it.
should
To the
we should
point
clip
where it's
that.
like, oh, we are. Yeah, we
Yeah,
can.
I said we should
We
clip
should
that.
clip it. We're going to clip it. He's going to tear this year, and it's going to basically be like, all right, we have Aiden Miller that's supposed to be coming up. He's got back problems. Boom comes out. He's batting 290, hits 25 to 30 home runs, 100 and well, let's just say 100 RBIs because that was what he was trying to achieve a couple years back. Came up short with the injuries, but say he puts that type of year together and defensively, he's the same kind of guy, but it's still better than what we had a couple of years back when he first came up.
Yeah.
You got to sign him, right?
Yeah, I mean,
It's tough to let that go.
We'll have a lockout, so we'll just be like, we'll forget all about it. Like,
Who knows what baseball's gonna
yeah,
look
we're
like
like,
next
oh
year, right?
no, like,
But you know that contract year, he's gonna show up. He's gonna show up.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully he does, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Obviously,
gonna
that's
benefit
our
us,
best
yeah.
I
interest
just
at this
doubt it.
point.
I just doubt it.
Yeah.
I have no faith in
It's
him.
it's in our best interest for Bowman to have a great year.
I think what we can
Sign me
do
up for our third
yeah.
baseman to have a great year.
I think what we do is once the Phillies sign him to a long-term deal after this contract year that he had, Brock's gotta get a jersey.
Oh hell no! Oh no, no. I'll never wear it. I was
Oh, wait, I'll get it framed for you. You can put it up next to your, Jalen poster.
oh man.
I mean, just kind of looking through the rest of I don't do you have more you want to touch on about the
Yeah,
baseball?
the only other
Phillies
2 I
here?
wanted to touch on was, Brian De La Cruz, outfielder. He's had a pretty good camp also, batting .324, 1 home run, 4 runs, 4 RBIs in 12 games, and then the last one, Felix Reyes, first baseman. He's batting .333. He has 3 home runs, 5 runs, 11 RBIs in 16 games. So I think he's getting a lot of exposure with Harper at the WBC of playing first. But, just kind of stuck out that, these guys are hitting for average, but also producing a little bit too. So
All right, I'll go ahead and give all the other fans of baseball teams that are not the Phillies the good news for them. Trey Turner stinks. He's batting 121. Brandon Marsh stinks. He's batting 103. Adolis Garcia, he stinks. He went 4 for 4 today to raise his average, so he's batting 300.
he's just getting the groove of things.
But yeah, so that's not great. Real Muto, he's at 263 right now. Again, like you said, you touched on Bohm and Stott. Crawford, he's been playing pretty
He's been
well.
playing
He's
pretty
been
well.
playing good defensively. His
Mhm.
bat isn't really there. He's batting 240 right now.
Yeah, but when he
So
gets on base, like he's being knocked in. Like I
yeah,
think he has a lot of runs scored or a pretty good amount of runs scored. So coming up, I mean, he's obviously going to play. Where do you put him? 8, 9 in the lineup?
9
9, and just have him
at the
as a
highest.
second, yeah, second leadoff.
Yeah.
But having him there, and then it's probably going to be Trey as a leadoff.
Unless they go back to Schwarber.
I hope not. Put his ass
Then
down.
you go Turner, you gotta get Harper at 2 then.
Yeah, well, right. It's
Turner,
like it's
Harper,
gotta be Turner,
Bohm.
Harper. It's gonna be Turner, Harper, Schwarber, Bohm.
I think it
Boom at 4.
And then Garcia, JT.
God, Garcia stinks.
You could flip them, JT, Garcia. But I'm thinking Stott's probably 7, 8. Well, because you have Marsh also.
Yeah, I mean, he's
So
never
7,
gonna
8,
be a
9
great
is gonna
hitter.
be Marsh, Stott, Crawford.
Stott, Marsh, Crawford.
That's a
in
lot.
that
That's a
mix.
lot of lefties
Yeah.
in that lineup.
It's not gonna be great.
Not a lot of lefties, yeah.
It's not gonna be fun, but we'll see. One other one I think that has been pitching pretty well. I don't have his numbers yet, but Andrew Painter has made
He's done pretty well.
quite a good
Yeah.
impression. I think JT's helped him out a lot.
He hasn't struck out as many batters as you would hope, especially with the stuff that he has. But
yeah,
I don't think he's given up many, if any, runs. So we'll see
yeah.
if that
I
can
don't know what
continue.
I don't know what his velocity is looking at right now, but I'm assuming it will only get better.
Walker didn't look too bad at the WBC. Taiwan Walker.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Like I
he's
said,
okay.
Taiwan, he's back for another
yes,
year.
I mean all of our pitchers.
Contract year, baby.
He has to be right because when's Wheeler going to be back? Maybe
Yeah.
the middle to late April.
I haven't heard. Yeah,
He just threw off the mound for the
They've been
first time
very
last
quiet
he
week.
just
about it.
threw
Yeah.
to batters. Might have been this last weekend.
He threw off a mound for the first time this past
Yeah.
week.
Luzardo's look good.
And I wouldn't rush him
Luzardo,
back. They extended Luzardo.
Love that.
We didn't talk about that.
No.
So yeah, they extend Luzardo. I don't remember the numbers, but I
5
think it
years,
was 5 years,
130.
Yeah.
But I
100.
think it doesn't kick in until 27.
Yeah.
This year's the other.
I'm good with that. Like
Yeah.
the kid's
Oh, yeah.
young, and
Yeah.
it was very similar to the Ranger contract, I believe. And it's like, all right, well, of the two, what do you do? And I'm like, you go Luzardo. He's
Yeah.
one younger, and he doesn't like a back injury for a pitcher is more long term questionable than
like a
what
lingering
Luzardo.
injury,
Right.
yeah.
It's because all it takes is you to overthrow it once and you tweak your back and you're out for another month or two. And we kind of ran into that with him.
Yeah.
And I love Ranger Suarez, don't get me wrong, but I can't give him a 5-year, $130 million deal.
Yeah.
But Luzardo, you go out, you trade for him, you bring him in. Now you lock him
Luzardo
up
have
long
like
term.
200 strikeouts, right? When he close to it.
Yeah, the question is the amount of innings that he pitched last year, is he going to be able to do that again this year? So I'm hoping that he's able to. And I don't know, maybe you adopt that 6-man rotation with Taiwan and try to give these guys a break so they're not worn out.
Yeah.
I'm sure Nola, as many innings that he pitched over the last 6
But
7
last year he
years,
got a break though because he was out.
he was out.
for
So
the whole
maybe he
time,
comes back this year, kind of rejuvenated. But maybe you do adopt a 6-man rotation. I mean, I don't see the disadvantage for
I
it.
mean, I think it's
other than having a sixth guy, but
yeah. I think Walker will move to the pen once.
Mhm.
They'll keep Painter in, hopefully, unless the wheels fall
You have
off,
to.
right?
I mean, unless he is dog shit. The way you talked him up and everything, you have to
just
play
bring
him.
him, bring
You have to
him the
use
fuck up. You
Yeah.
brought Mick Abel up last
Yeah,
year.
like-
You kind of threw him to the wolves a little
Yeah.
bit. Like, hey, fucking figure it out, kid.
If they
Painter-
were
Same thing. Here's your
should be
spot.
the 5.
Yeah,
He
here's
should
your
be, yeah.
5.
Yeah.
Prove us that you can be the 4 and work your way up
Yeah.
the rotation, but it's on you. So, but no,
Luzardo did have 200 strikeouts last year.
That's
He
what I
had,
thought. I thought he was up there.
216.
Yep.
Yep.
In 2023, he had 200.
And I think 24 was the year he was hurt. So I think it's like, having that productive of a year and pitching that many innings, the next year is where he would get hurt. But hopefully that was just a 1-year anomaly. So, but yeah, we'll cover more of the upcoming season, at least what our thoughts are next week during our MLB preview show. We'll call it that.
Yep.
So yeah, moving on to some very quick NBA and NHL updates. So don't care about the Knicks. They're probably already in the playoffs. Don't even need to talk about them.
We're
But
doing all right now too.
currently, Sixers are 9th in the Eastern Conference. Everybody on the fucking team's hurt.
I was gonna say, has Embiid played since All-Star break?
So
Been
I
pretty much
don't
in
think
and out.
so.
Maybe
Yeah,
one.
maybe one game.
he's got an oblique now.
Yeah.
So
He celebrated the game-winning shot is when he got hurt.
probably
That's how
it's
he
like
got
just
hurt.
give him a bubble.
I remember seeing he was on the court. He either made the shot or someone made a shot, and he like raised his arm and was like, "Shit, now I'm hurt."
Yeah, that sounds
Wow.
about right. So
Yeah.
Embiid's been out for a while. They keep reevaluating him. During this time that PG's suspended, so I'm not sure how much more he has on his suspension, but he'll be back before playoff time. Embiid will more than likely be back.
Is he
before
eligible to playoffs? Does NBA do that? Or
Playoff
I think so. I haven't heard
Oh,
otherwise.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I haven't heard otherwise. So I think he's eligible once he comes back. During this time, Maxey runs into Bona and ends up hurting his finger.
Yeah.
So he basically it looks. I don't know if I heard exactly what happened, like
ran
what
into
the
his own
actual.
player?
Yeah, he ran into Bona getting
Oh,
a
man.
rebound, like late in the game, to where it's like he shouldn't. Well, you want him on the court because you have
Right,
nobody
but it's
else.
like,
But
yeah.
it's like, dude, really? Like that's the Sixers' luck. So he's been out since that happened, and I think they're reevaluating him in 3 weeks, or it might be 2 weeks now, just based on when I heard it last. But if he does come back after they reevaluate him, there's only like 5 games left in the season. So
Yeah.
it's like he's very close to just not playing
not
until the
playing,
playoffs.
yeah.
So just based on what the severity is. So he's been out, and then Oubre, to add salt to the wound, he has an elbow injury and he's out for a couple weeks also. So you're
And in
literally VJ Edgecombe and all the other bench guys.
the middle of that, Edgecombe was out for a couple
Yeah.
Yeah,
games
because he fell on
hurt
his back. Yeah.
While McCain is balling
In OKC.
OKC.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. As a bench guy, the guy's
Oh
just.
man, I just see the highlights of him just open for threes, and he's just like,
But Nick
Well, I
Nurse
mean,
couldn't.
let's
Nick
be
Nurse
real.
couldn't find a fucking spot for him.
no, I know,
Yeah.
but I mean, but he finds a spot somehow, and OKC's loaded
Well,
too. With people.
let's be honest here.
No, I
The
know,
Thunder are a very good basketball
Oh
team.
yeah, oh,
Yeah.
They
yeah,
are
yeah.
very better,
Yeah.
so much better
I
than
think
the
the
Sixers
thing
are.
that's annoying is that they come out and they say, "Oh, well, we don't have a spot for him because we have so many guards."
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
now you lose half your guards. You could use right now? Fucking
McCain.
Jared McCain.
yeah.
Why couldn't you, like, whenever he played, he never produced like this?
There was no reason to move him. I didn't
Right.
understand it when they did it.
Unless, like, the only thing I can justify it with is if they were trying to load up on picks and load up on,
To go
assets to go get Giannis or somebody else. But that didn't come to fruition. So
Because NBA
now
picks
you look
don't
like a
mean
bunch of
shit.
idiots.
They
No.
trade their
Well,
second
second round picks,
away.
oh, it's nothing.
They trade away for anything.
Those are like those Infinity Stones that
Yeah.
Sam Howell's trying to collect.
just in the drawer. Just
Paul George will be back next week, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
well, he's eligible to be back next week.
He
might have got hurt.
Oh, right. Yeah, he
might have got hurt again.
how's this podcast doing?
I think he quit it, remember, because he's so focused.
Oh yeah, he's focused. I mean, honestly, he was playing well. Like they, as a team, were playing pretty well before he went.
Oh no,
it was nice to see the three big guys actually on the court together. So I mean, they're in the ninth spot right now. They're 1.5 games out of the 5th and 6th seed, where you're not in the play-in game, and that's the Magic and the Raptors. So they're right there. And then from the ninth to get out of the playoff picture, I think they're like 8 games up on. I think it's the Bucks. So they're basically in the playoff picture. It's just a matter of, are you in the play-in or are you actually in it? So being only 1.5 games out, maybe keep it close. I think the guys have been playing somewhat well. They won the last 2, but I think over the last 10, they've actually had a pretty decent record. But you're relying on your Quentin Grimes. You're relying on VJ Edgecombe to be just a stud. And like, it's a lot of the guys that you wouldn't think of, but they're just having to find ways to win. So, yeah. And then into the NHL news, this team is looking at, it's already out of the playoffs, and I don't even know if they're going to be able to make it. And I don't even know if I want them to make it. It's like at this point, it's like you need draft capital. Yeah, they did. They should have.
Yeah.
So they made some trades. Not many that I can think of. I think Brink was the only guy that really comes to mind. But a lot of guys are just loading up on draft capital. And, you hope that Mortone comes up next year. He's playing with Michigan State right now in college, and he's been playing pretty well. I actually watched a game one day, Saturday. It was flipping around on the screen. I saw Michigan hockey, and Michigan State hockey. I was like, oh, let me throw this on, see if I can see Mortone. So I turned it on, and I'm like, oh, can't remember who they were playing. It might have been Minnesota or somebody like that. But he ends up scoring a hat trick, and I was like, no fucking shit, let's go. So,
boy.
Yeah, hopefully he can come up next year and give us somebody else to watch.
Sure, he'll fight with Danny Briere and want to get traded.
Probably, yeah.
Flyers.
So they're 31, 23, and 12, 74 points, and 7 points out of the wild card. So I don't think there's a shot that they're going to make it. I don't even want them to at this point.
Yeah, the season ends in like 2 or 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, I think both of them are kind of coming up to the completion. So, but so that's all I have on NHL and NBA. So, as Cam mentioned, March Madness starts this weekend. So, if you're looking for a weekend to lay around and watch sports, this is the one to just put your feet up on the couch and you got any and every basketball game.
Yeah, it's Thursday, Friday,
Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. It's great first week of basketball. I always love watching it.
The play-in games are tonight, I believe.
You would think they'd have to be, yeah.
Because then they have off tomorrow because they know where they're going. So I think they're playing probably as we speak.
Yep. So, if you're going to do some March Madness brackets,
get them in now.
Get them in, yeah. Before
Thursday at noon is the cutoff, so make sure you get them in now.
Well, I know I'll do my own fair share, but we didn't do one with the podcast this year. Maybe next year we can look at adding our own kind of pool out there and add some incentive to it, but we'll see. And then, as we mentioned, next week we will have an MLB preview show, so we'll only be covering the MLB. But look forward to that as well as our fantasy draft. So. Thanks everybody for joining. Again, don't hesitate to reach out for any questions, anything you want us to cover. Look forward to all of your input. So thanks everybody. Cheers.
Thank you.
Peace.